Ladies and gentlemen out there, welcome to the Shoguns Uncensored, or I don't even know what the fuck the name is. We're gonna have this Shoguns podcast. What is the name of this podcast, Jared?
It's Shogun Uncensored.
Shoguns Uncensored.
Shoguns Uncensored. Well, we're doing this in memory of the Legion podcast. We're rebranding it, restarting it, and we've got a few topics to discuss here. Most topics you guys will relate to and know, and probably have been involved in. So, without further ado, I want to present our guest of honor tonight, Juno. Juno, come in. Have a seat, Juno. So, along with Juno, we've got Norad.
What's
Norad,
good?
please explain your Roblox rep clout.
My Roblox red cloud. I like to think I'm a pretty cool guy in the
He's
community.
fucking lying. He's really not.
Yeah,
So
he's a fucking
gay.
Started out
doubt.
on Roblox
Nope.
rap battles.
Nope.
Be honest.
Let's be real. Anyways, we've got a few topics to talk about. First one we should get into. Let me explain how Shoguns got started, right? Shoguns got started in using inspiration from Bacchus, which was an old 2013-14 club. Not sure.
I was in it.
Yeah. Yeah, Norad, please explain your details of Bacchus and how it was for you.
Dude, fucking sick ass club. You could ask anybody who was in it. Like, I think personally, it's probably my favorite club. But
Up until Shoguns, just kidding.
up until Shoguns, it's pretty chill too. But
long story short, Shoguns got formed. It was Loners and Lobos, that was it.
I was in Lobos,
Yeah, so Loners and Lobos formed.
and then I went to Bacchus.
Yeah, Bacchus was Nomad was in Bacchus.
Yeah, no, I think he was the treasurer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was pretty
sure.
I remember you telling me that, yeah. But I had the idea and the inspiration, and I, started talking to Jarrod, and me and him became on better terms after we had this year-long beef of, like, each other in our fucking Roblox statuses, like crazy exes or something. And hanging out with the Invaders dudes, I kind of realized, oh shit, these people are pretty chill. I met people like Crow and, Duke, and I'm fucking glad to have met these guys, but...
Just forgets White completely.
No, I mean, I know why. We had a beef with AGN, but AGN never formed us.
Okay,
AGN
we
was-
all had beef with AGN.
Yeah.
I think
AGN
we were formed because we all were kind of better together, and we're all really close friends. We had friends in Legion, we had friends in Invaders,
Exactly.
and we all wanted to
And-
chill together.
With Bacchus, we also wanted a self-sustaining club that would be able to run itself without being dependent on a president or a vice president or whatever else. That's really how Shoguns got formed. And I remember hitting up Anx, and at first I thought I was like shooting myself in the foot because Legion had all this history, and I was like, man, I don't want to kill the history. And I remember Anx saying, like, you're just going to make more history with what you're doing. So,
Yeah, I'm like, what I think is that, like, I was not expecting like this level of activity. Especially coming from like Legion, we would show up to like the mandatory stuff, but Shogun's really but with a lot of pushing, from the cabinet, but Shogun basically stays active by itself just because there's a lot of guys that like being Shoguns together.
Yeah, for real.
But I mean, here we have a host. We got the host, and I'd say information is about Jarrod, which, self-explained. Crow, who's someone that's pretty new. And Hoax, our beautiful Jamie of Roblox, Joe Rogan. Yeah. Anyways, to say the least, we've got a few topics, and of course we've got Norad and Juno, but to get into it, the beef with Aztecas and the shit that's going down with Marquise, because that's really what Shoguns has kind of been confronted with, or not really confronted with, but just dealing with, because they're fucking totally annoying retards, I'd say. So the rumble that went down, I mean, it's pretty self-explained. Crow or Jarrod can explain it in depth while I eat this bread.
All right, so
We talked
basically the rumble that went down, they were exploiting...
Explain
they were
what rumble? Azteca's rumble? Marquise rumble?
Yes. Basically, shut the fuck up, Crow. Mwah. So basically, everything that happened, they were exploiting, they were cheating. The server had 200 people. the server was basically crashing. The pipes weren't working, and Tom Native, the little faggot, was kicking half of our guys. As soon
Yeah, all my
as
homies hate Tom Native.
yeah, all my homies hate Tom Native. Tom Native kicked half of our guys before the rumble even started.
Mm.
And
Yeah. And what?
Crow.
What was I explaining? Man, fuck both of them.
Christ.
All them
Let me hear.
exploits, bro. They was
Yeah.
exploiting like bitches though. They
Yeah.
were all
and let
like
me-
teleporting back down after they died. Like you could literally, like, I'm
Tom.
sure there's videos of them like teleporting back.
Oh
and
yeah,
spawn.
definitely.
Right.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I
They
can
were-
explain like
They, even
I
look
can-
at the scoreboards. I mean, we got screenshots of that shit. That was not adding up.
Yeah, they ended up admitting
Yeah.
it too as well, right?
Mm-hmm. And on top of all of that, when I got in a call with the Aztecas dudes and the Marquise dudes with the host moderator afterwards, and he said basically it's very sus and it was exploiting shit, so it's not going to be really counted. And he said in the video, he explained himself that it's super sus, so therefore it shouldn't be admissible. And he was like, but however, we can do a rematch. I'm down to host a rematch. But this rematch will have Crime Wave's anti-exploit, which is tremendous, and Adonis to have exploit logs. And when Aztecas and Marquise heard that shit, they were like, no, we don't want a rematch. Goes to show, motherfuckers are sus as hell. But there's a situation that popped off, and this is why we have Juno involved here. About an hour before the Rumble, Shaggy came to me, or all of us, I should say, and told us about Juno and what Juno was saying. And Juno was basically whistleblowing from the shit that was going down in Marquise. So, this all starts with a user called Gorilla Ren. Needless to say, Gorilla Ren is
It's Zerm.
yeah, it's
Yeah, sir.
the
Ren
Beluga whale.
was
The
already
beluga
sus as
whale.
fuck because he was making fun of a dead kid he didn't even fucking know. All the
Yeah,
time.
so
They didn't do it
when I
once.
was when I was in
Did it a lot.
Marquises, like almost every day they would make fun of the kid's death, and I'm like, huh? And like in VC, or they would play the drowning song that a Boogie made, and I'm like, that's not funny.
Yeah, and I mean, besides the immorality of making fun of someone's death that they don't even know. On top of all of that, Zerm, being the weirdo and creepy fat ass he is, started harassing Juno, and as it turned out, harassing every other girl that was in Marquise to send nudes. And I mean, Juno, what would you say about that?
I am 100%. Sorry, I can't talk. Okay, so
all good.
I agree with that. We had someone. I'm not gonna name names, but she was a part of the Marquises, and she came to me after she left the day before I left, saying that he was asking her for the same stuff that he asked me.
And the shit that he was asking was, I mean, totally out of left field. We made a video on it, and the video caused up some attraction. From what I'm told, if I'm right, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you were the one that went through all this, is it true that the other gorillas in Marquise knew about what he was doing?
Yeah, so I believe like a day or two after the situation happened with me and him, I believe, okay, so there was like a fight that broke out like the night that it happened, and he went to VC after our combo and complaining how I wouldn't send him stuff, and so I overheard it because I joined VC right as he said it, and then I got server deafened as after he said that, and I literally had like a breakdown because I was just so scared. And so the next day, no, it was just pushed over. Everyone like was chill, but then I reported it to Robbie, which is Gorilla Rain, and he was just saying how, oh, it's just his past. He's done this before, and I'm like, but you let him continue to do it. It's not okay. And the fact that you know that he's doing this stuff at 17 is beyond
normal,
right.
composition, I'd say. The thing that really pissed me off with it is, although Ren is a total creep, there were a lot of rumors that came out. But some of these rumors
the
included...
thing is,
yeah,
this happened like 2 or 3 days after I joined Marquises, and I did not know any of them. We just first met, and he was asking me, and it was weird because he was putting on an act, and he was like pressuring me, like guilt tripping me, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not like other guys," and most guys do that stuff to girls, and it's not okay.
Yeah, and on top of all of that, the thing that really pissed us off in Shoguns, and Norad, Crow, or Jarrod can tell you this, was it wasn't really the fact of, because we knew everyone in the community has kind of had this I guess you could say the unspoken about stigma about how Ren is. We all knew he was a creep. But for the gorillas to know, and for him to be doing it to multiple people, and then using his
They
position...
didn't do anything about it, yeah. They let him stay in that
right.
crew.
Like, I don't care how
They
long
hide
you've
it
known a
too. They still
person.
just kind of like
Right,
push it away.
right.
I guarantee you he's still in their Discord.
He is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
And, yeah, Norad.
Yeah, so I just want to add on. So I have a homie who I'm not going to name, who's a girl, and I was like, yo, like, Gorilla Ren, just like stay away from the guy, he's a creep. And then and then she actually sent, she was like, yeah, like, she sent me screenshots of like, yeah, so basically they met, and then he added her on, and then he was just being a creep to just another completely random girl. And like literally the first thing he says is like, I have so much to ask for a girl like you, ... like out of nowhere, bro. Like,
yeah,
thirsty.
and
Thing is,
So thirsty.
when he asked, sorry for interrupting you, for continuing.
Oh,
but
I'm done.
the thing is, like, I think like a day or two after the problem was resolved, he was crying about a girlfriend that broke up with him, and I was like, what? You're gonna like, what?
He has a girlfriend. I'm surprised.
Bro,
He
if he
said,
wanted
he
to
said
keep
the girl was like IRL or something, and I'm like, huh?
I mean, the dude goes around cosplaying as an emo, painting his nails and shit, so he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. And the thing that really pissed me off too was, as soon as the video dropped, we had people coming to us that were telling like their sides and their experiences with it, and there are still people that are probably, not wanting to come out of fear of like retaliation or whatever, because what we saw at the Rumble, which Juno herself can confirm, was when we started talking about it and confronting him, he said, leak my text and I'll leak your nudes.
Yeah, I seen that too. That was weird.
Which is
Juno, did he tell you that at the Rumble, or where did he tell you?
Yeah, it was at the Rumble. Like, I think like 5 or 10 minutes after I joined, because everyone was lining up. I don't think they noticed that I was there until like 5 minutes after. And like,
did you? My general question is, did you get kicked from Marquise, or did you leave on your own accord?
So, me and like Serm or Ren, we had like beef, like because he disliked me, so, and I literally would do nothing, and he would come at me and like start saying some stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna just sit there and not defend myself. So when I would defend myself, he would mute me and like deafen me or stuff like that. And like, so the day that I went, so it was Friday night. They were in VC, like a whole bunch of people were in VC, and I wanted to join to listen because it was at like 11 o'clock at night, I think. And everyone was just talking. The moment I joined, I get server deafened, and it was from Ren. And Robbie was in the VC too, and I kept on pinging him like, oh, undeafen me, I'm not even gonna talk, I just want to listen. And Ryan has his camera on, just like throwing hands and stuff, and I could tell that he was talking crap about me. And I was like, okay, let me be stubborn. So I kept leaving and rejoining the call like 10,000 times. I ended up getting 2 kicks from Ren and then 1 from another member. I forget who. And then the 3rd time I did it, Ren banned me. So, and I text Robbie and Terror, which is Gorilla Terror, to unban me, and they're like, they don't even answer. Like, Robbie does not like answering me. And then the next day, I had to text Eric Bryson to unban me, and he was like, oh, the whole group agreed to keep you out. And I'm like, what? And they were like, oh, he was like, oh yeah, they said something about you being a problem. And I'm like, well, hold on. I wouldn't have to be the problem if it wasn't for Ren and the other girl that's in the group harassing me almost every day. But if I was doing that to them, it would be a whole different story. And the day of the Rumble, when he said that, like, that he would leak me, I had a girl from Marquises, she added me, like, the night of. She was like, oh, he was just joking about that. And I was like, so you're gonna tell me he joked about that after the fact that I had a whole panic attack? Like, that's not even something to joke about. And then the girl was defending him, saying like, oh, he's 17, you guys are the same age, and that's not bad if you guys are the same age. And I'm like, huh? We're not even over the age of 18. Like, I get it, you're 18, dating someone that's over 18 as well, but that doesn't,
and I mean, sorry to interrupt, but I think
that's okay.
the weird part is, I mean, you've had all this experience, and honestly, it was very brave for you to come forward and come out with this shit, because there's people that are staying anonymous. Like, I was told by someone who, in my DM, Celtic native, his friend experienced the same shit, and word for word, in quotes, what she said was, also, he asked me to come to Texas or something. He asked for sex or some shit. I never went, thank God.
Yeah, he
thinks I'm gonna be the first one to pleasure him.
First.
That's nasty.
And the weird part is too, I mean, he went on, found her social.
He said that to me too. That when the DMs up, he was like, "Oh, come to Texas," and I'm like, "But I can't." He was like, "I don't care. You need to come, or when you get a job, you should come to Texas." I'm like,
yeah.
Maybe I don't want to. Like, I'm not gonna go to
Ren's
like
a
crap,
weirdo.
right?
And he also like stalked. He found this girl's Instagram and tried to follow her on Instagram, and it's super fucking weird. But I mean, it's been out. It's been brought out, and I know Juno herself only came out about this shit because she doesn't want anyone else to experience what she went through, and this community has a problem of hiding away shit like this.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't gonna get banned and just let them get away with what they're doing.
Okay.
Marquises.
Manny.
Yeah.
Speaking of people like this, what's going on with the whole Vic situation?
Oh fuck, bro.
Wait. Let's clear up the Marquise situation first. I guess is that all?
Yeah, that's basically it. I just think that if you're a female watching this podcast, I would recommend you don't talk to this guy, because he is just desperate. He's a loner. He's
also fat, guys.
Right, yeah, he's fat.
He's a fucking depressed emo who paints his nails.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean,
not I'm sorry. Yeah,
she's cutting out.
Oh, she's cutting out.
But it's like disgusting.
Okay.
Alright.
So I feel like having to like clear the room of this like Ren shit, you know. I feel like the final topic I really want to talk about. Juno's cutting out bad, bro. Okay. So anyways, when that shit gets resolved, final thing I really want to clear up about this was after the Rumble, I heard a rumor going around that apparently someone doxed him, which they tried to blame was us, but Jarrod and fucking Seamus or whoever else, and our dudes as well, can confirm that there was no doxing going around. I think at the most there was a meme of his IRL sent around. And really what kind of pissed me off the most is because the people making up this shit and saying this shit, it was the Marquise leaders and the Azteca leaders. And when they said that we doxed him and, you know, all the other shit, I was in a call with them. And that call was where I got that video saying Marquise caught exploiting. So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah. By the way, about that Rumble, we also got the dude who hosted it to explain to everyone that they were exploiting and to say that we were the actual winners because we didn't fucking cheat. And there's a video about that too.
Yeah. And I uploaded that video, so... While they apparently said that we were doxing them, I mean, I was in a fucking call with them, so I don't know how any of that went down. Yeah. But what I can say at the very least is this shit about accusations, rumors being thrown around. None of our dudes would waste the time of day fucking doing anything to them. And on top of all of that, we have a strict policy of, one, you know, let's keep IRL shit out of it. We're all on Roblox. And two, at the very most, if anything ever goes down, not to involve family.
Strike first, too.
Yeah, strike first, but most of all, not to fucking have any type of family involved. If it's a beef with someone, it's gonna be handled with them. And I'm not sure about what I heard. I've heard like there was someone called Ignacio. I don't even know who Ignacio is, sadly enough. It had to be explained to me. But Ignacio said Shoguns called his house and
Aztecas like to lie about a lot of stuff, so.
And with the Ren shit as well, I also heard that we apparently called also Ren's house or place of business, whatever the fuck. Honestly, I don't even know where Ren lives.
Where are we getting all this shit from then, apparently?
I don't know. I don't even know how we were supposed to get it.
We were all in a call when all this shit was going down, talking about the Rumble, getting videos from the Rumble. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but furthermore, I want to move on to the next topic, which was the Vic shit. So, man. Hoax, what's your take on that? Because you were in VCL, you lead Cobra Kai.
You play the dojo.
What, with the whole Vic situation?
Yeah.
Honestly, man, like, I've been in VCL since September, and I've always been under the impression that Vic was a good guy. And he hides it very well, bro. He has his entire community under the impression that he's like a normal person. But if you go through the documents and shit, like, he's not who you think he is.
Yeah. And the fucked up part.
Oh, you can go.
No, Crow, keep going.
So what's even crazy is they're trying to say that we made that document and that we started these rumors about Vic.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you literally look at it, if you look at all of the stuff, none of the dates match up. You think we're gonna go back a year, learn another language, and then translate that language and make up all this bullshit?
Well, Vic.
Also, real quick about that whole entire situation. If you go into the VCL Discord or anything else Vic owns, any of his games, and you start talking about it, he'll ban you or he'll get his mods to delete whatever you posted.
And I feel like the thing...
sweep this entire situation under the rug, which is not gonna happen, literally at all.
The thing about the Vic situation, you know, I was friends with Vic and a lot of our dudes. People in our group. Juno, you're lagging. Yeah, just remember. Okay. Juno, DM us when your mic gets better, but the thing about the situation with Vic was he mostly tried to come at me because, you know, I'm in Shoguns and shit. But what Vic said, which doesn't make any sense to me, is that I leaked the document because the document's old. Everyone already knows that. But he's saying I leaked the document. If I leaked the document, then why in the fuck wouldn't I have leaked it way prior? Because me and Vic have had an unspoken beef. We've had our own conflict. And this is the same thing with now he's trying to say it's Seamus. So it doesn't really make any sense because Seamus wouldn't have done it either. What I honestly think is a whistleblower blew because originally the document, from when I first saw it, was 6 months ago in VCL when it got posted. And me and Bri, another admin at the dojo, were formerly, were told to swipe it up, delete the links, and ban the people posting it. So there had already been one attempt at it.
Now.
Yeah, so there had already been one attempt at it, and he told me at the time it was just a crazy Schizo X. I never saw anything of it again. In fact, when I looked up in our DMs to see if he'd even sent me it, he deleted it from the chat. I never read through it. I never cared enough. Because at the time, I thought Vic was a good guy, and I
He
mean,
was your
I
homie,
feel
yeah.
kind of bad. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for never paying attention to it. But when the shit got leaked, when I think I was going through it yesterday when I was looking at it from someone dropped a link in the Apache server. I went through it and I saw on Instagram, and the Instagram was still updated. So for anyone saying that either me or Seamus or any other fucking person that used to roll with Vic, that used to be cool with Vic, leaked it, it's totally off topic, totally retarded, because if I was to have leaked it because of beef, I wouldn't have leaked it fucking now. I would have done it like when me and Vic originally started beefing.
Like 5 months ago.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, so that shit's dumb. I think where Hoax stands on it is the same way I stand on it, and I think shit like this really can't be swept up under the rug.
For sure, bro. And if I can add something onto that, he's bringing personal beef into the dojo, which I know like doesn't really matter, but I just thought that was funny.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
how he banned Shoguns from the dojo.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird situation. I mean, Norad, you've been in calls with Vic. What do you think of the document or whatever that fuck got leaked?
It's just like, the thing is, like, he portrays himself as someone with like someone who cares about character, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like, you know, when you were beefing with him, dude, like he was portraying himself as the guy on the moral high road constantly, right?
Yeah.
But like in reality, he's not, bro.
Definitely.
I think Vic
It's
had
just
a
hypocritical,
big
bro. It's just
platform
hypocritical.
and he abused it to his power.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think the fucked up part too is now it's a lot of projecting and shit, because ever since this entire ordeal started with Vic, and this was like, I don't know when it got leaked, I'd say a few days after the Rumble, Vic has been projecting it and saying, oh, Shoguns or Manny or Seamus or Vandals are the cause of it. Like, no. And he's saying shit like, we like to dox people. If Vic can bring me one incident of proof where we did shit to whoever he said, which was, at the time he said it was Ren, which, by the way, one of our members, Shaggy, was talking to Vic. And from what Vic told Shaggy, the only reason we got banned was because Ren went into call with Vic on the mic and started like shaking and going hysterical and crying like a little fucking bitch. A creepy little bitch he is. And I have the screenshot. I mean, Hoax.
Well, I mean,
I'll give it to you
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
also there's a video from what, like 1 or 2 years ago. You know, the iconic
Yeah,
That
of him
beluga
crying.
crying. I mean, the guy just likes to cry and call. It's just his thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, speaking back on the banning thing, I feel like honestly, if it wasn't like a serious thing, like if it wasn't true, I'd feel like if it were like posted everywhere, Vic wouldn't care. He would just like laugh it off or something. But it's like that serious that you need to ban people from your game and from your Discord servers.
Yeah, it
Like-
kind of shows an admission of guilt.
Yeah, it shows that it's right.
You
And
know,
Vic
it's
was
kinda
trying
like-
to tell people it was fake and all that other shit. People in real life wouldn't go through the trouble of spraying shit on buildings and making posters about it if it wasn't serious.
For real.
If it wasn't real.
It makes me like sick. Like that's
I just think the fucked up part is anyone that's like willing to. I mean, this is the same kind of incident we have with, you know, the whole like Ren situation where people knew of it going down, but nobody wanted to speak of it because it doesn't take someone with an Albert Einstein, you know, fucking IQ to read through that document and realize that some of this shit can't just be coincidental or from a crazy
Yeah.
schizo X. You know what I mean?
They knew personal shit about that dude
Yeah.
right.
that
And
no
I
one
feel
else
like-
would have knew.
For us, it was a blow, you know. For us, it was a blow as well because for me, when I read through it, when it got leaked, I was like, shit. Because I'd already seen it before, like I said, but I never cared to go through it. I believed him, he was my homie. I read through it, and it, to us, and the Vandals like high ranks and shit. It was a blow in the stomach because here you are thinking you know somebody and this shit goes down.
Definitely.
So, I mean, yeah.
Crazy.
Pretty fucked. Okay, next thing is the Aztecas now being a stolen club.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That shit's
I
bad.
want to say something about that real quick.
Yo.
We talked to Nikki. We have screenshots. If anyone wants to see them, you can come in.
dude, I'll pull Nikki
or
on the
Manny's
podcast. If I need
Yeah.
it.
So
Fuck
that's
you.
what. Yeah, that's what we should have got. We should have got Nikki here. But either way,
Yo.
Aztecas is now invalid. The actual founder of Aztecas is what's his full user?
The original Screwston. Gotta represent the original bros.
Yeah. The
Rest in
Aztecas
peace,
was
rest in peace.
originally made as a Hermanos support club.
Oh
And
my
he
god.
gave power to Hollow to run it. And then when I guess Hollow got pissed off and then took it after Hermanos like shut down and made it a full thing without Nikki's permission.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, Nikki also has screenshots and everything. Like, if you ask any old Hermanos member, whether it be Nar himself or Jay or fucking even Orion at this point, or Vast, for example, because I remember seeing Vast was defending it. Now they hate Vast for it, or
Yeah.
for whatever other reason.
Yeah.
I think they will tell you themselves about the real history behind it. But with Nikki coming out and saying like, I didn't want it to be this way, I wanted to rebuke it, but you know, he just took over on it. It goes to show that Aztecas, everything that Aztecas has ever done has been just
Built
of
on
minor
lies.
built on lies, exactly.
Their whole history is built
Is-
on lies.
So if
Sounds-
Aztecas does anything from here on out, it's just invalid.
Mm.
Everyone
Right.
just laugh at them, the entire community. They weren't anything to be taken serious to begin with because they're all a bunch of rowbangers who found their way
Right.
into cuts.
The Morales like bloodline, it's all like ghetto people,
Moraleses
like all
were a
row
bunch of
bangers
combos.
and stuff. Like
Robo-
Besides, I
Yeah.
just want to say
hold
that
on,
Lucas
if you
Morales
dress
is
like
in
a
shape,
row banger,
guys.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if
I
you
agree
if
with
you
all
dress
that.
like a row banger, you have no opinion. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
What about Jarrod? When Jarrod dresses like an evil, does he still have an opinion?
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Shut up.
No, yeah. Well, Juno. It looks like Juno has to dip, so I thank Juno for her
Alright.
appearance. But
All right, see you guys.
See
see
ya.
ya.
Yeah,
Peace.
bro.
Anyways, long story short, let's get back to another topic, which is fucking Nikki still has the evidence and everything that can support
Yeah.
it. He still has the original as
Doing Discord. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
by the way, Hollow was talking in this Discord too. I looked through it, so if anyone
Oh, yeah.
questions it, it's
Hollow would post
100%
shit in
true.
that Discord.
Nikki's
We can
100%
even
the
grab
founder.
screenshots.
And if you want
Yeah.
proof, you can for sure see it.
Yeah. So, besides all the Roblox beef, what's everyone been up to in life and
Oh,
shit?
first of all, before we start, I'm just gonna. I feel like I didn't do a good job explaining like Bacchus, so I'm just gonna explain it, and then you can just like move it to the beginning. You know, do a little that magic. Yeah. So basically, Loners was Hans's club, and Lobos was Matt's club, right? I was in Lobos, and then they merged into what became Bacchus, which was like 2013, which is basically the same thing, you know, two powerful clubs
Yeah.
merging, which is next thing you know, 2013, 2020, you know, here we are.
Same shit happening.
2021, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2021, my bad.
I mean, we were founded
Yeah.
in 2020, but yeah, same shit happening
19.
years later.
Yeah, and I feel like you should always, separate. When you say the name Hans, I just get flashback to the
Yeah.
Hans that we know. The fucking
Hans,
Okay, yeah, so we're talking about the OG Hans.
the Paul
yeah.
Cicero.
Paul Cicero, correct. Paul Cicero was his
Represent.
second account because he was a neo
Yeah.
and he got banned. But
Dude, Paul started the skinhead wave on Roblox.
dude, yeah, there's like, yeah,
and then
for
Motor
real.
ruined it.
Paul, oh, shots fired. But yeah, like the OG skins were like Goldshire, Paul, Matt, all those guys were. big
Oh,
into
dude,
it.
Sander. Yeah, Sander was
Sander,
sick
too.
too. Sander's still
dude.
around. Sander's fucking around
Sander's
with Druids and
He's in
Vandals.
Druids and
Yeah,
Vandals.
Sanders he was a president of Druids or vice president.
Yeah, he's
of Druids.
VP.
Yeah, I think his club was Fuck, let me see if I can remember what his club was called.
A lot of history.
He was the,
Yeah.
I think he was the VP of Loners. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I could always ask him directly. But hey, Hoax, well, how much time are we pushing right now?
So we started at around like 9:30, right? And it's 10:10 now, so it's about 40
I
minutes.
feel like we could go to like 20 more
40
minutes or so.
Yeah.
I mean, we might want to keep it short.
I mean, can we go back to explaining our history a little bit?
yeah.
Yeah, we could go back to
That
that.
sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked up explaining that. So
Yeah.
basically, a bunch of our guys and a bunch of Legion guys, we were beefing for like a year straight. And then after we left Chosen Few, other shit happened. That beef got squashed. Me and Manny talked. The only thing that I ever give Hunter Senior credit for was putting me and Manny in a group chat.
Dude, you know he hates himself for that every single day.
Yeah,
He
it's
blames
funny as
himself.
fuck.
Does he hate
Shogun.
himself more for that? Oh, wait, no, that's Ray Senior. Got him confused.
Oh.
I was gonna
I mean,
say,
all
did
these
he- would he-
seniors are retarded. Ray had
Yeah.
these kids going around calling him dad on Roblox, so
We won't lift two. We won't
That's
lift two.
just like, yeah.
But anyways,
that's
yeah,
true.
so keep going, Jared.
So, basically, when we were hanging out in Invaders with Legion was probably the only club we liked, we respected. Everyone else was retarded.
sidebar, but I just remembered Sanders' club was Caster
Oh,
Yeah.
Caster.
in 2014. I
Dude,
think.
I still have that patch set.
Do you?
Well,
I
that's
didn't see that.
I have the.
That's that's
think it
a
got
Sanders
remade.
club from back in the day. But anyway,
then-
Jared.
Going back to it, AGN, Almighty Gay Nations, was formed. It was led by what? Robbie and Benjamin.
Benji.
Benjamin,
Rest
the
in
guy
peace.
who fucking is two-sided. One day he's a mobster, one day he's in a fucking cut. Kind of weird.
Bro, you keep talking, you're gonna get him out of retirement again, bro. They got.
This
yeah,
will be the fifth time
I'm
he's
sorry,
back
like,
out of retirement.
I was
by the way.
in his GB, his Ghetto Brothers, bro, and like anyone who was in that knew that he was gonna come back for like 3 weeks and then just lose interest
Leave
again.
again.
I mean, come on.
But then they formed, and it was about 6 sets. It was a bunch of street crews. It was, in fact, all the street crews in the community at the time, besides Vandals. And then they started picking on clubs because it was like 6 different groups, right? So obviously, what are you going to do? Try to fight that. But that
Yeah.
wasn't the reason Shoguns was formed. But
Yeah,
that was a reason
had
that pushed it.
We had talks even before AGN was even formed about the idea. I remember we had like our cabinets would know, and the
Yeah.
cabinets were voting on it, seeing what everyone thought. And at first, everyone was really worried because they were like, "Well, our dudes might not mix well with the other crowd," and we just kind of full balls to the wall sent it, and it's been turning out pretty fucking picture perfect in my
pretty
opinion.
well.
Yeah,
But I'd say,
Crow,
I think,
Yeah.
you were one of the guys worried about Shoguns in the beginning. What do you think of it now?
Yeah, I remember like fucking. It was like the very beginning. There was only like a few of us who were actually worried about it, and it was just because a big merging and everything. Like two great clubs on their own merging together. People were just worried that it was gonna fall, and then like the more we got into it, like I remember a week after I was already loving it, and I was loving hanging out with everybody at like almost every day.
Definitely.
It took some getting used to, but it's fucking worth it now.
I mean, yeah, dude. Like, I was like,
I mean-
originally, I was like, damn, I'm really gonna be in a club with Jarrod. Like, is this really what I become? And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I like this guy. Like, he's kind of cute. He's got drip.
Ooh, kind of getting sus.
Ooh.
Like, I'm just gonna give him a shot. And next thing you know, we linked for the sneaky link, and that's all there is to it.
That's probably the gayest shit
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
I've ever
on
heard
this
him say,
podcast.
yeah.
I ain't even gonna, yeah.
Wow. But I mean,
Let's see.
Oh, I just want to say about Jarrod. Jarrod gets an unnecessary amount of hate in the community, bro. Like, anybody who actually knows Jarrod, like the hate is just funny, dude. Because it's like, bro, like if you're friends with Jarrod, like you understand, like you know how Jarrod is, and like Jarrod does not deserve the amount of shit he gets.
I mean, I've
You're gonna make
laughed
it
all of this
emotional.
shit off because some of these dudes that we beef with are old as fuck. And here I am being 15, shitting on their clubs. It's kind of funny. I know Manny has dealt with the same shit.
yep. Literally, dude. Oh my god. If someone says the name Chosen Few around me, I get fucking pissed. I hate it. I've killed like what 2-3 dynasties now of it, and then when we're talking Einhar and shit, or Aku's Chosen, or even any other club that we fought with.
Einhar, the school role players, right?
The school role players, indeed, but it's gotten to the point where there's been
Wait, aren't the Marquises school role players too, or am I tripping?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I heard about that, but
I could imagine it. They try to wear like varsity jackets or something.
Oh wait,
Miss out.
fucking
Cardigans and shit.
Cardigans, yeah.
yeah, that's what they
I'd
were.
say that anybody that really knows it, either one of us knows that like you can't really judge someone until you've walked in their shoes or seen them actually as a friend. Because I know a lot of people in Invaders thought that I was a fucking total dickhead, and from what I've been told, it's been quite the opposite.
You mean
being in a
Chosen
club
Few,
with them.
but yes.
realistically, Manny do be kind of grumpy sometimes, but it's just because he has a lot on his plate, you know.
What? I'm never grumpy. I'm always.
Okay, let me say
sometimes,
something real
like
quick.
one time, like, he left me on.
Hold on.
Let me
say something real
like,
quick.
He left me on red this morning, bro. Like, what was that about? So if you ignore, okay, so let's just say ignore, like, let's just say those Odin, like, Kedron's clubs aren't even a part of the community. All right.
Yeah.
So if you put that, basically Aztecas have been the retards in the community, like, since, like, pretty much, like, for so long now. Like, when you talk about retards in the community, you think Aztecas.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, there's so many people in the community that have their own experiences. There's people that aren't even in the community anymore that are like kind of retired. I mean, Chopper was telling me an instant about how fucking Aztecas rolled up to Blue Angels bar game, stole the clubhouse, and it was actually Ignacio. That's when I heard
I
about
was there.
Ignacio.
I can explain that if you want, because I was there.
Dude, go full in depth. I wanna
Yeah, I
So
would hear about
basically,
that.
all right. So, I was hosting fight night, you know, because Legion and Blue Angels were cool, because a lot of former members in there, right? I'm hosting fight night, and I'm just talking about how Aztecas are trash and they can't fight, and obviously, and then they don't know how to read, obviously, because I was wearing a Legion
Does they have Fat
patch
Lucas?
set. Fat Lucas was not there.
Oh, God.
But
I mean,
Black Hollow was there.
I remember the Blue Angels clubhouse had stairs, so he was probably sitting outside.
But
Yeah.
So we were gonna have, so it was Vandals versus, in the ring it was a 3v3 Vandals versus Aztecas, bro. And we tried 2 or 3 times, but Aztecas kept fucking cheating, dude. Like, they would hop in, like, they cheated 3 times in a row, on God. So we were just like, fuck it, and I kept saying like Aztecas cheaters and shit, and just like.
Wait, how long ago was that?
This was like shit.
Blue Angels 4 months ago.
So
months ago.
and they're
I think
still
I'm
doing
I think
shit
I'm
like
on
that
that
now.
then.
They're still cheating now.
And
they've
then, they're just cheaters, bro. They can't fight. And I was saying shit like that. And then, like, obviously, I was completely unrelated to Blue Angels, but they felt the need to steal the clubhouse that was unrelated to the person who was talking shit on them. Because obviously
It's
they're
retarded.
You heard
And
it
then
here
our-
first, boys. Norad just
no, and I
fucking
was
confessed to
remember
being the
Tom.
reason.
Tom and Chopper was pretty chill, but Tom was like raging so hard because
Okay.
he thought I was the reason their clubhouse got
Can I
stolen.
say something about Tom?
And now
What
he's
the
homies
fuck-
with them. So
What the fuck happened with him? Because he used to be a homie. He used to be in Legion,
He was
actually on the good side, and then he just switched up one day.
basically the shit with Tom that kind of goes to show like people in this community, a lot of people I should say, don't really have any allegiance or loyalty to their words. Tom's a prime example. In Legion, Tom would always, push us to kind of respond to Aztecas. Because in Legion, we really dismissed them. We were like, okay, dude, well, fucking Nikki doesn't even like them. They're a shitty club. They go to their shitty clubhouse. They play Born on the Bayou on repeat, and they have Lucas as their fucking icon. And Tom would always run his mouth, just shit talking them 24/7. And then here comes Shoguns, it gets formed and everything, and then Tom fucking, just like a Call of Duty match or something, he fucking switches teams. And now he's rocking an Azteca patch. And there's other people in Aztecas that were in Legion. I mean, like Connor, for example. Connor used to be really cool with all of us, and then he
Connor was a chill dude, bro.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say something about him, bro.
Well, okay, so about Connor, he went from Legion to AGN to was that club that
Ghouls.
we fucked up within like a week, Ghouls. And now to Aztecas. Connor, he was a hopper before he joined Legion. Once he joined Legion for like that straight year, he was loyal, he was dedicated, he was driven. Then after that, he just started becoming a hopper again.
Yeah.
Connor,
I think
if you watch this, you literally just fucked yourself, bud.
I feel like with Connor, it was for a lot of the old Legion dudes, it was bittersweet for me. And that wasn't really bittersweet. It wasn't sweet at all. It kind of hurt me, not gonna lie, because the thing about Legion, the thing about every club I've been in, it's not about the group or about the numbers. It's about the connections you make, because that's all you will ever have on this game. Like, when people walk away from this game, they're not taking the group with them. They're going into, like, real life. They're going into adulthood doing shit. And it's very, like, if you are able to surround yourself with good friends and shit, you're able to take those friends with you into adulthood. I mean, Norad is someone, like, I've got added on my Snapchat. And although I don't really, respond to
He leaves me on red. He leaves me on red.
even
like
though I
half the
leave him on
time,
red,
bro.
even
I
though I
literally
leave
have
him
it.
on red.
Wait, Manny. What's that Snapchat real quick? Can you drop it for everyone?
No, I can't be doing that.
Snap.
Yeah, no, hell no. But people like Norad, people like Nomad, we've got literally a Legion Snapchat group. It is the funniest shit, even though it's mostly Freezer posting his fucking ceiling.
Dude, if I gotta see his LED lights on his ceiling,
Bro, I already see Freezer's face enough when he joins VCs. I don't want to be in no group chat with him.
The Freezer's a cool dude, man. He's got some
He
ultra
is.
confidence. We're going.
I fucking love Freezer, but I love Freezer, but I hate his ceiling. I never want to see that
for real.
motherfucker's ceiling again.
Or just like the top of his hat, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's
Top of his
brutal.
hat's classic.
Like a basic white bitch in the mall.
Speaking of shit, Manny, what happened with Ghouls and Chosen Few?
Ghouls and Chosen Few.
Yeah.
You mean Ghouls or Ghouls?
Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Yeah.
Ghouls and Chosen Few. Oh yeah. Fucking. What was it? Chosen Few is like planning a comeback or whatever. It is the most hilarious
Sorry.
shit. Literally again, bro.
They got,
What
like,
is it?
2
Fourth
members,
time?
bro.
This is like the 5th time within 2 years. Just know, I only did the first time, so no one can blame it on me.
It's funny because like fucking Mars is still around. Mars is still in contact with Sheamus. Mars doesn't fuck with Chosen Few at all as a whole. He really doesn't. The club should have been shut down long ago, and apparently, I don't know. There's been all types of shit around it. What I do know is the comeback, or if I should even say comeback.
It's basically just the Sharks 2.0 now.
It's kind of somewhat. I mean, they have the Sharks in their Discord, but their international vice president is Hans. Right? Hans as a VP.
Fucking weird.
I mean,
Man,
let that
that's
sink
just
in.
Cringe.
I
Fucking
remember
Hans.
when I was
Now,
running
now
Chosen
he's
Few.
trying
Hans,
to claim like
I literally stripped Hans's patch because he wouldn't listen to orders. So if they have him as VP, it's just going to go downhill from the start.
I just think
It's
this whole
already
like
in their
neo
dumps,
thing.
bro.
Yeah, I just think this whole like neo-Nazi thing on Roblox is fucking retarded.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, like we're not like 12 years old anymore, bro.
Yeah, literally. I mean,
I-
here's the thing. They just now joined the community, so they're about 5 years late on the trend.
That's
Because
true.
everyone was a skinhead at one point. If you were like
If you were in the
No
community,
G.
yeah, like
Yeah.
shit.
That's where.
dude.
I
all
mean,
of us.
besides
I mean,
Motors,
fucking-
he still hasn't grown out of that.
Motor. I give Motor credit where it's done. He's into punks and skinhead phase, but I don't know if he shaves his head anymore. But Motor went through like a bonehead phase, which is what most
And he
people
went
remember
through
him for.
he thought he was whiteface. Everyone.
Yeah,
hopped on
but
board.
that's a bonehead thing. But he went through that. But the thing is, I went through that. A lot of people went through that. Nomad went through that, and that's why I can't really clown on him for that. Because like
Everybody
I've
did,
talked to
man.
Motor, exactly.
Like
Because I've talked to Motor, and he's kind of cool now. He actually is pretty fucking chill now. So
Like,
no
there's-
red.
like there's pictures of there's like pictures of me rocking like shirts that like Paul Cicero made in like 2014, 2013, you know, just with like white power shit all over them, you know, and I was like 12 years old, you know.
Yeah,
It's
and there's
just something you grow out of.
exactly there's shit with fucking Nomad. Nomad's like, I'm not even sure what he is. He's like mixed as hell. He's Asian or some type of Latin America, but it's just super funny because he went through his phase.
Yeah, it's because like if you were in Bacchus, you were in Neo. That's
Yeah.
basically just how it was.
That's kind of how it is. Yeah. Even I went through that phase. I'm not even
Like
fucking
that in
full
the
white.
community.
Bro, come on, son. You're
Imagine not being
brown.
full white.
Dude, Jared,
God.
we're still
Jared,
questioning
you're
you.
not. Jared, you're not full white, bro.
You're not full white.
I've seen what you look like, dog. You are not full white. You got a little mix in there. However, I would like to say, shout out my Italian genes.
Yeah,
Dude,
Shout
same.
out to my.
Don't say that. Fucking Benjamin will come walking in the door.
Yo, honestly, I thought Hoax was Asian for the longest time.
Wait, is he not
Asian?
Asian? Is
I
he
don't know,
We
dude.
are.
No.
What are you?
I literally
We
didn't know. I
are.
thought you were full Asian. I was
Yeah,
like,
dude, I
damn,
thought you were
bro.
Asian, bro. You're,
Yeah, I'm
dude,
telling
Italy gang, we out here.
dude. Hoax just has the voice of a fucking Asian. Is that racist? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It
yeah,
just
and
sounds
you're
weird.
just talking about white
Yeah.
power. Now you're talking about
Dude,
racism.
maybe
What's going on?
it's something to do with like you were leading Cobra Kai, and I was like, oh, you must be an Asian kid.
Bro, that was a
Frick,
phase
I-
though. I quit that, bro.
When did you quit?
All
Did you
those
quit when
12-year-old
the
fans
show
are gonna
ended?
watch this and be like,
Yeah.
"No, Hoax, come back."
Hoax is an Asian cancel.
Cobra Kai, that whole thing,
Okay.
like, allowed me to make like an impression on VCL and shit. So, I don't know.
So going back to the dojo, it was originally fucking started basically by Chosen Few and Legion because that's what gave it activity, right?
Okay, well, hold on. Before we start going into the Chosen Few topic, I wouldn't say the dojo had activity from Chosen Few. And the
When
reason
we
why
were
was
fighting.
because, well, when we
Yeah.
fought, we fought like once or twice at night. Nobody else was on. But the dojo had already, at the time, it was called like the gym or the warehouse. But it was already like active enough with Vandals and Legion and like all these other clubs. Chosen Few really didn't want to step foot in there because they were the target, which is pretty, credible. Makes sense. But how much time are we looking at?
We've been here for about an hour so far.
Well, let's conclude this, boys. What do you have to say?
Fuck Marquises.
Oh,
Shotguns
thought it-
for-
Shotguns forever.
12 gauge frame.
Oh,
Shotguns, SFFS, brother.
I just want to say, free the gang, GDK, we out here.
Oh yeah? Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, BDK, you know how I rep it, Azteca for life,
bro.
fool.
Yo, drip check.
Almighty
check.
gang nations. Oh my
Drip
god,
check.
we're so cool.
Mom spaghetti.
Alright,
Hey,
I'm getting
Jamie,
fuck
could
outta
you
here.
pull up,
guys
the
smell. I've been in
definition
room
of
with
gay,
Norad
bro?
For hours. Now I'm walking away.
Yeah, dude, this room's
You don't even
Dude,
have
bro,
a
you don't wear deodorant. I don't want to hear it.
Man, nah, that room smells like sweat, bro.
Your air probably smells like sweat. You
Bro,
nasty.
Hoax is just chilling.
I'm literally.